Hey honey, so you want a little snack? Alright, I'll make you one. So how about a little flatbread pizza? What you think? So at the beginning of this, you can see my little one. He in the kitchen with mama. I am not used to somebody following behind me in the kitchen. It's so crazy how fast this went. I feel like I just had this baby. And originally I was gonna edit him out because I'm used to it just being me, but I wouldn't be a real fake internet housewife if I edited him out, because this is my real life that I'm manifesting. As a housewife that stay at home with the babies, they're gonna be in the kitchen. So you saw my little man in the kitchen with mama. And he is so excited to be able to follow up behind me and just be exploring and learn his independence. And he be tearing my ankles up. Nobody told me that I would have to wear shoes with a baby in the kitchen. Having a baby in the kitchen with you with a walker is a dangerous game. So if you care about your feet, wear protective shoes. So now honey, I'm trying to get this dough together, get it just right for you, but for some reason, like, it just ain't working out like I wanted to. And it could be fine, but I might have just been tripping and trying to be a perfectionist. But baby, if I didn't have this, you might not have been getting no homemade flatbread, baby, because the kneading time by hand would have been ridiculous. So now while I'm waiting for that to mix up better, I'm gonna go ahead and get the pan ready so that I can just slide it in the oven. So for some reason, I'm just feeling like the dough is not the consistency that I wanted. Like, it's supposed to be kind of like Play-Doh, but this right here is too sticky. And it don't supposed to be this sticky, so I'm like, let me add just a little bit more flour. So we're gonna put that back in the bowl to mix some more, just to see if that flour does help. And I'm gonna teach you this, boots. Like, yeah, you can always follow a recipe, but a recipe is like a formula, and formulas sometimes do need to be adjusted. Sometimes you gotta add more or cut some things back, or even add new ingredients that's not in the recipe. So I feel like I had to get a little mixer or some help, so I ended up kneading it by hand also, just to try to get it to where I like. And I also have carpal tunnel in one of my wrists, so that was a little bit hard for me, but anything for you, boo. So I had about a good little 5 minutes in me, and it still was just feeling a little bit too sticky, so I added a little bit more flour. So now we're just gonna roll that back out and just see what that does. And to test your dough, you have to pull the window pane, but when you pull the window pane, it's supposed to stretch and not rip so easily, but mine kept ripping. And you know what, by that time I done already gave all the kneading that I could give. It was just gonna have to do what it did. So yeah, so I just went ahead and let it go through the resting period, and you have to let it double in size. So since we did that, now it's time to roll it back out into the flatbread so I can get ready to put my ingredients on it and get it ready for the oven. I'm trying to roll it out enough to where that it's still a decent sized crust, but also flat enough because it's a flatbread. Because keep in mind, this is going to rise when we do put it in the oven. So I thought, like, in them pizzeria shops that they just be doing the dermos with the dough when they be doing this, but no, there's a method to that. It helps stretch out the dough. So now we just want to take a fork and poke some holes in it, so that way when we put this in the oven that it does not start to bubble up on us. Now baby, I really would have liked to make you some tomato sauce from scratch, but baby, we just ain't had that kind of time. You feel me? So it's going to be this ragu. So we're just gonna do sauce, spinach, and cheese. You know what, honey? I think some mushrooms would have hit the spot. What you think? So now it's time to add the cheese. And listen here, I done told you once and I'm gonna tell you again, do not ever put no pot of cheese on nothing that I show you how to make, okay? We'll never be too good for no trench meals, but that powdered cheese is where I draw the line. We don't do that no more. All right, honey, so now we're just gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. So we're only gonna do about 10 minutes because it does say the cook time is like 15 to 20, but by that time you'll have a big giant pita chip, so no. And the cook time also varies with your oven. So now our time has elapsed and we're gonna take our flatbread out. And I'm gonna let it cool down just for a little bit before I cut it and serve it to you, honey. All right, it's all done, honey. I hope you enjoy.